Hi guys, welcome back. All right, so first off, happy Saturday, everybody. Really nice to see you. I took a drive over to see family today. Got to winterize the property and such. And anyway, so then I got home a little late and was excited to sit down and get to do some videos. We're going to try some more live streams. It'll just be that I got to keep them a little bit shorter. And I think that's how we're able to work around a glitch that's been going on lately. So hopefully that will be sufficient. So we should still get to do some live streams where I actually get to interact with you guys. But just know there will still be a bigger blend between videos and live streams as I'm still kind of navigating stuff. And maybe we'll keep the blend anyway. But you guys, so good to see you all. So we're getting into a collective message. Hi, guys. Ingrid, Chrissy, Danae Mountain Dreamer, Moon Pony, San Juanita, Fallen Raven. By the way, guys, San Juanita, I know you're going to ask. Just so you guys know, I will be doing, we still have, I think, 5 more zodiacs to do. And my intent is to do those still tonight, okay? So we're missing like Leo. We're missing Capricorn. We're missing Ophiuchus. We're missing Scorpio. Somebody else. Anyway, but yeah, we're going to hang out and do zodiacs tonight. And late, I'll still get over to Cancer and do that on Tarot Dog. But for the collective message, what do we have? Judgment card and Queen of Cups. Look, we have this fella in thinking man pose. And we see the divine saying, hey, darling, if you are bothered by something, why not make it right? Now, I don't know. Does he have a Queen of Cups stuck on his mind? Look, she is the sweetie, dressed in garnet red over here. She seems to be somebody very sweet, very kind, or maybe this is somebody giving him good advice. Maybe the divine is actually speaking through her. This could be a mother figure. She could actually have gray hair, white hair. She looks blonde, gray, or white haired here. But this could be that the divine is speaking through her. It could be a message coming through even from like a mother figure who's on the other side of the veil. Look, our ancestors stay as real to us as if they were with us, just through our memories anyway. So we have a Knight of Wands upright. That Knight of Wands is beautiful. I mean, it's the energy of, passion and desire and thought process that drives us forward. Now, it does get a bad rap for being somebody that's like a cheat or a liar, or I shouldn't say cheat or liar, cheat. Not necessarily liar, but somebody who like rushes forward to explore something and then rushes away again. Doesn't have to be a liar, but it can also be a great card because it's a card of passion. If he's been sitting here bummed about something and the message from the divine is, what is your emotion or what does your heart really want to do? And it's like, well, my heart wants to rush forward with, passion. We have the Death card. Strong Scorpio throughout this. So they definitely could have the ghost of an ancestor with them right now, helping to, helping them to connect, helping them to feel that kind of vibe of like, I am being encouraged to listen to my heart. I'm encouraged to even do things differently, which means I need to listen to my heart. He is made of stone here, right? He's sculpted out of stone or marble. So if anything, he might be needing to like send like more emotion, out of his heart instead of try to suppress it. 10 of Swords. Okay, I'm just going to say it looks like an ancestor is giving him good advice to like, don't let yourself miss out on something that you really want in this lifetime by Heart of Stone. Who sings that? I want to keep singing Heart of Glass, and that's Blondie, and that's not the one. It's Heart of Stone. Anyway, don't sit there and try to suppress emotions. I think the reason this is probably coming in from an ancestor, a ghost, is because it's the reminder, like, you are here on this planet. You're supposed to be full of experiences. When we have this tangible body is when we can, use our tangible body. It's when we can reach out and we can touch and we can hold and we can, love people and we can interact. So don't waste your living years being a freaking hunk of stone. I could see why that would come in from an ancestor on, who's now in like energy form or spirit form, like a less tangible form. I could understand that, but it's encouraging them to do something different. Stop ignoring the fact that you are a person of, flesh, blood, and heart, and go for it. Sevdalia has a really great song. It's called Human, or maybe it's called Only Human. It's very interesting. It's like just a cool piece of music, and the music video to it is very interesting as well. But we have an 8 of coins upright. That 8 of coins is he's sitting here spying anyway. Normally an 8 of coins would never be somebody spying. It just is on this particular card in this particular deck. He watches, in this case, a feminine as she's like at work. This could be that he's worked on or has been working on, I know I should speak to her. I know I should. And this could be that I should speak to her so I could fix something with her. All I can say is the ancestors are cheering him on, saying, you've got to stop doing the thing you've always done. It's like the ancestors know him well. You shut down your emotions and you don't let yourself like create what you want or go after what you want or go after again the things that you want. And I feel as if that's just a very, I don't know, it's a very important message on this one. Very important message for him to be saying, I know, like my heart does want to move forward. In fact, I want to rush forward. I've been working up the courage. I've been thinking about her a lot. I've been maybe watching her a little bit. If he walks by where she works, or maybe this is looking online or something. We have the Chariot. He's definitely been thinking about moving forward with real intention. And we have kind of the halo overhead floating in the sky. So I definitely want to say that this could be, a character who has the ancestors all over this, right? We've got too many floating entities in this storyline for me to not think that the ancestors are all over this, saying, yes, exactly. Every time he starts thinking about something that's like positive, that might, make him take positive action that would make his life better, that's when the ancestors are here, like celebrating is what it feels like. And that's when they show up hovering overhead or hovering in spirit form. So I would just say all of this looks pretty straightforward. So it boils it down to, where do you want to go? What is it that you've been sitting here as a little lump of stone and bummed out over? What is it that you want to fix? 8 of Pentacles. He wants to work on something, maybe with her, whomever she may be. Let's see. We have got a 7 of Pentacles. We've got the 8 of Cups. We got the Tower. 7 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups, and Tower. If he wants, we've got women all over this. So I'm going to say it's a woman that he wants to connect to. Although when I say that, what I really mean is a divine feminine, right? Which could still be a masculine. It's just somebody in their feminine energy. But we're going to say she because of what we see here. But please do remember, I don't read for genders. He wants to, I think he's bummed out over is he'd like to still work on maybe figuring out how to communicate with somebody. I don't know if he or she both had quite an ego sometimes when they were interacting in the past. There is something about like either he wants to still go back and ask her like what happened, what's been going on. Hi, Nellie. So good to see everybody. Niel Rubin, babe, if you're out there, thank you again 1,000 times over. Thank you so much, Yel, AC, all of the generous gifters. I can't even keep up with how many of you guys gift so many things to each other, to me. Hetty, thank you, babe. You guys have been so amazing. Thank you for everything, you guys. But this looks so stellar. It looks like he wants to connect to somebody that I don't know that he ever fully understood. Like, is this the end? Are we walking away from each other? Because it doesn't feel like he was ready to be done. Sometimes there's a great song by Flight of the Conchords. It's called Cello Tape of Love. And Flight of the Conchords, of course, are like, are they New Zealand? I think they're New Zealand, right? And they are like a comedy duo that sings songs and has a program. But in any case, that particular song, Sellotape of Love, even though it's a comedy and it's supposed to be cheesy, the words are really, really sweet. And it's just, I love that song and I'll just listen to it sometimes because it's really nice. But love is like a roll of tape because sometimes it breaks off before you were done. Anyway, that's why that song came to mind. And yes, if you want to laugh and if you like quirky humor, then you'll probably love Flight of the Conchords. This is King of Swords and Knight of Swords. He may be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius who never quite figured out how to explain everything he needed to. Maybe that's why it feels like this is, I don't want it to be done because I wasn't finished. I wasn't finished talking to you. I wasn't finished maybe getting to know you. I wasn't finished. I wasn't able to finish getting to know you. I don't know. Does he think she's egotistical though? Does he want to say something to her about that? Like, and by the way, I need to tell you this about you. I don't know. I don't get that he would be bummed out because he's like, man, I wish I had, told her off. I don't see it that way. Oh, we have a 7 of Swords. Hang on. When I ask, does he think that she's like egotistical? He's like, I think she's not honest. What's that about? 3 of Cups. Hang on. 5 of Pentacles. Well, he says, I think she lies because I think she misses me. That's what it boils down to. I think she misses me. I get it. He's pretty sure that she loves me and she does miss me. Now, that could sound very egotistical on his part. Why are you thinking this? I don't think he's trying to be egotistical. He's coming out as a King of Swords upright. Ace of Pentacles. Hang on. That says it. Well, I think that because she's had a new beginning. Oh, but High Priestess is here. But I still feel her. Okay, so I do not think that he's saying, oh, she's a liar. She's, an egomaniac. That's why I want to go back and tell her that. I don't think that at all. I think what this is that he is saying, if she had 0 emotions for me, then why can I still feel her? And I know that she probably has moved on in her life, but how come I still feel a bond to her? That can't just be me. I know this. He is an interesting blend possibly of like over the top, ice cold logic. And then he has the second set of hands. Now, sometimes I say, I don't like this card. And then other times I think I love it. It all depends on what other cards surround it. Okay. Because this can be somebody who has like a duality to them that is negative. This could be somebody who pretends to be very upstanding and they're not. Or the way we see it in this story is he has a duality that he's cool logic, but then he's also probably deeply intuitive and he can't help it. He's at thinking or hoping, maybe half hoping, but I think he also fully believes there's no way she's forgotten me and she doesn't miss me. There's just no way, because why can I still feel her? I can't be wrong about that. Look, I always kind of understand that comment in the sense of like, and this is a common thing to say in my own family. It's like, no, I knew you were okay because if you weren't, I would have felt it. My mom has said that about, us as her kids. I've said that as I grew up and realized I know what she means now. Because, I had a couple things like that happen where, a family member, a sister of mine, had something going on and there's no way I should have known. I just knew. And it's like, that's the day you pick up the phone and you call. And it's just, those things happen sometimes, and it's like, you start to say, I'll know if there's something going on, if there's a problem, I'll just know. And I think in this case, he's kind of applying that and saying, I know that this can't be over because I still feel her. And I swear she still feels me. There's no reason for him to say this. And he's not being egotistical to say it. It's more just that gut instinct. But I think it's also what is pushing him forward. And maybe that's why the ancestors are saying, listen to the instinct. Listen to, if you're sitting there being all bummed out and saying, I'm having to hold myself from racing toward her. The ancestors are like, why? Why are you holding back with what you know? You keep telling yourself, but I'm sure she still feels my energy because I still feel hers. Then maybe you should just run with that. Maybe you should go find out. It kind of feels like that's the little nudge from the ancestors. Like, then listen to that. Three of Pentacles. So he's listening to that. The Three of Pentacles here is, it's interesting because this is somebody who's like online. It actually is like somebody with a YouTube channel. I don't know if they're tattoo artists or pimple poppers or what, but we have, don't forget to like and subscribe written up there on the chalkboard. And we have like this digital camera. So I'm wondering if there could be something where he's just deciding, sometimes life almost does play out like a movie. And, oh, well, this is the movie of my life. I'm going to do something that's very movie quality. And I'm going to go see her. They do in the movies all the time. So maybe I can do it too. King of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. He is definitely just impulsively doing this. But at the same time, I think the act of him doing this, like just going to go ahead and talk to her again, is him feeling more stable and grounded. He keeps coming out as kings upright, but also as knights. And this is kind of like he's embarrassed of himself, but also he's like, but it's the right thing to do. I'm going to suddenly reach out to her. I'm going to suddenly go ahead and do it. I don't know if he reaches out through a social media outlet, just because of that Three of Pentacles card, but I could see that happening. Sorry, am I shaking the whole desk a little bit? I'm such a ferocious shuffler. Six of Swords and the Empress. I would just say, I think he's just going to go ahead and be very real. Say, I just needed to see you, because I think like trying to move on into calmer waters isn't working unless it's moving on into calmer waters to be around you again. Like, I think he's just going to lay it out. Is she going to receive this? Well, this feels like a decision that he is making kind of impulsively, even though he's sat on this idea of doing this for some time. Five of Wands, Six of Wands. I would just say with the Five of Wands to the Six of Wands is going to be like two things. It's going to be lots of food for thought for her, but also it's going to feel amazing to her to have him reaching out like this. It's so crazy. We just did this epic 3-parter over on Tarot Dog, and I'm not going to say that it doesn't feel like a similar story, because it does. Although this one is a little bit more, I don't know. It's focusing just a little bit more on this regret and the fact that the ancestors are pushing him. And we didn't see that at all in the other story on Tarot Dog. We didn't see, and this one was really heavy on the ancestors nudging. So I do want to ask one last thing. Ancestors, do you have a final message just for him right now? Because you've been so instrumental. And I'm thinking about like a nudge or a message about him in regards to this actual union. The World card, it says, live your best life, start fresh, and go all in. If this is what he wants and he's having this connection, then go for it. Don't hold back. Don't bog this down. Think of it as a whole reset button and go all in. Because I think that's what it's going to take for both of them. And it almost says if you're coming back around to her and saying that you want to make things work, she's going to expect that, okay, then we're really doing this. So she's going to be all in. So now is not the time to hold back. You are in or you are out. But there cannot be this, well, I'm going to go talk to her again, but then I'll still kind of give it 50% of energy. It's like, no. The clock's going to start at 0. And now you guys need to put everything you got into it. She's going to expect it and she's going to do the same. So match that energy. Go all in. Okay, that is the message on this one. You guys, thank you so much. So good to see you. Rachel's Magic, G Long, Colleen, Star Child, Sandra, C'est la vie. Hi, love. Thank you so much, you guys. Moonbeam Wendy, Libra 111, Linda, Paris Jade Humphrey, Nelly. So good to see you, babe. Hi, R. Tammy Secord and Hetty, Ella Gonzalez, HS, Sandy, No Love, Moonbeam Wendy, Fallen Raven, Miss Moody. Hi, honey. Hi, Lucia. Sandra Cohen. Juanita, thank you. Hi, Ingrid. Thanks so much, you guys. Thank you so much, Sandra. Kins, Fallen Raven, and Ingrid, you were first in the house. Chrissy, you were second. Danae Mountain Dreamer, you were third. Moon Pony, you were fourth. Salmonator, you were fifth. You guys, thank you, everybody. All right, I'll see you in some of the Zodiacs next. Bye for right now.